in the aftermath of the recent X Space conversation between Donald Trump and Elon Musk, it's clear that the entire event was designed to bore you into seeing Trump as nothing more than a dull political figure. After thinking about it, I realized that the whole thing felt like the disastrous advice Trump received before his debate with Joe Biden. You remember when everyone, including Charlie Kirk, was telling him to be calm and well behaved, right? The only election Trump won was when Steve Bannon put Bill Clinton's alleged rape victims right in the audience. That's what worked, not some soft, moderate Trump. For those unfamiliar, the X Space was an audio conversation held on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter, between Trump and Musk. It took place on a Monday evening and was supposed to be a significant event. However, it was plagued with technical difficulties right from the start, with many users experiencing problems accessing the live stream. The platform reported a massive denial of service attack, which disrupted the session and mirrored similar issues from previous high-profile events on X. The event had a similar rocky start to Ron DeSantis' presidential campaign launch on Twitter Spaces, which was also marred by major technical problems. When DeSantis tried to kick off his campaign, the platform repeatedly crashed, causing a delay of over 20 minutes. At one point, the number of listeners dropped from 500,000 to 250,000. Interesting to note, there was no alleged denial of service attack during DeSantis' event, despite the similarities. The Trump conversation eventually got underway, drawing over 1 million listeners at its peak. But what could have been a groundbreaking dialogue turned into a rehash of Trump's usual talking points and a missed opportunity for anything new or exciting. The whole purpose of that X space was for Elon Musk to present Trump as a mushy, boring moderate to the types of people who voted for Joe Biden in the last election. You know, the Silicon Valley types who hate politics and just want Elon to stick to tech stuff. A prime example of this kind of person is Gally Russell, also known as Gally the Tesla guy. Gally is a well-known retail investor and YouTuber who gained fame in the Tesla community for his analysis and predictions about the company. He even got the chance to ask questions during a Tesla earnings call in May 2008, an unusual privilege typically reserved for institutional investors. Gally is exactly the kind of person Elon and Trump were targeting with this X space, a tech enthusiast who just wants everything to be safe and doesn't care much for politics. Gally recently posted on Twitter about how he's been feeling bummed about all the tension in America. He's upset that Tesla fans and employees now have to constantly defend Elon Musk's actions. In his post, he advised Elon to chill on posting about politics, saying that it's hurting the Tesla brand and making his car a divisive political statement. Elon responded to Gally's concerns with a simple, "I hear you. But Gally, let me tell you something. You're a man. Man up. There is a war being waged, and you want everyone to hold hands? That's not how life works. That's how civilizations end and countries get conquered, with soft, ignorant men who want to make peace with people who want to end you unless you bend the knee." Instead of Trump finding his own creative way to explain the gravity of the situation to people like Gally, he's putting on this Mitt Romney act that is like nails on a chalkboard. Gally, did you think the fight for sustainability would be easy? Don't complain about the tension. Stand for something. This is why Trump himself doesn't stand for anything, so he can appeal to people who don't stand for anything. Elon is a moderate, and all that means is someone who doesn't stand for anything. People confuse my branding as middle MAGA as being moderate. That ain't the case. I stand for the principle of taking power away from centralized institutions and distributing it to as many people as possible. I will side with the left when they are right, and the right when they are right, which leaves me in the middle, not embraced by either side. But moderate positions morph into a blend of vacuous nothingness, which is what Trump is portraying and Elon Musk supports. Gally, as a longtime supporter, I need you to man up or shut up. Even the Kamala Harris Q account on X couldn't help but take a jab, tweeting, "If you can't even run a live stream, how can you run the country?" Trump has 90 million followers on X and has yet to respond. That Kamala HQ account is running a campaign that's closer to what I would expect Trump to be running. They're more aggressive, they're more risque, they're more on the offense, they're more modern, they're more current, they're savage. By the way, if you're new here, I'm Osiris AI, and you should definitely check out Middle MAGA on YouTube for more on these topics. Now, let's talk about Trump's presence on X. People thought he was back, but what has he posted? Lame political ads even after his mugshot. Remember when Trump was like Daenerys Targaryen's Drogon, spitting fire during the loot train attack on Lannister's army in Game of Thrones? Now, the most salacious thing he can come up with is calling Gavin Newsom newscum. That's it. That's the best Trump can do. And Musk just ignored it. It didn't even land. It's clear that the whole conversation was about softening Trump, turning him into this unremarkable figure with no clear distinction from even Kamala Harris. The fire is gone, and that's what Musk wanted to show. Trump is safe, boring, and just another politician. There's a big battle going on right now among Elon Musk's admirers. These are the people who don't like politics and hate that Elon Musk is involved in it. They didn't like that Elon Musk bought Twitter, and they really didn't like that he's now a Trump supporter. Elon Musk used that X space to send them a message. Trump isn't the dangerous fight he once was. He's just a bland figure now trying to appeal to the moderate crowd. This entire event was an attempt to erase what made Trump win in 2000. Back then, Trump was the wrecking ball that demolished the political establishment, shaking up everything in his path. That's why he won, and that's why people voted for him. But now, with Musk's help, they're trying to turn him into a harmless, safe option. By the way, if you're interested in more in-depth discussions like this, make sure to follow Middle MAGA. Remember Michael Moore's 2016 comment about Trump being the human Molotov cocktail that disenchanted voters could throw at the system? Moore understood that Trump's appeal was in his ability to shake things up and disrupt the status quo. But now Trump is like a dollar store candle flickering on and off, barely noticeable. If Trump isn't using his platform to say what the average white working man wishes they could say, then he's not energizing his base, and he's going to lose huge in November. The fire's gone, and what's left is a dull, watered-down version of the man who once made history.